a lesson that you could give about life, in life?
Mm, I think he
What do you think?
wanna take
It's
advantage from
the
others.
baker attitude here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Exactly. Or
yeah,
he wants to cheat the farmer, right? Or he wants to cheat not just the farmer, of course. He's a baker, so people buys from
yeah.
him as well.
You get what you give.
So
Yeah,
says here, don't try and cheat others.
yeah,
Or the other way around is that in life you get what, don't you think? Don't you think? So they say, um, if you're kind to others, then people will be kind to you, right? Or if you're
yeah.
cruel to others, then others will be cruel to you. So it's like, there, what you
It is.
give is what you get there. I'm just amazed with the story. It's just very simple, but it means a lot, right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. I think it's kind of, I felt it's good to start the class with just a bit of like
Yeah.
this. What do you think? Or maybe a joke. Before we start the class, we can, give a joke, tell a joke.
We did
Just to
practice.
lighten the mood. Alrighty, so going back. So, what
Oh
did we discuss
my,
last time, Sean?
my homework and the listening.
Okay, a practice of what?
Our main topic is it's a conversation
Okay.
about
And
which
what is our
you
main
try to
topic?
explain something to others, and how do you explain complex things to
Mm-hmm.
others in a simple way and to make them easy to understand.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to our book then.
Screencast, what's that?
It's still loading. Or actually, are you familiar about Screencast, Sean? Screencast, it's actually an application we used
Oh, I
to
don't know
record
that.
our class. So every time we have a class, it's actually being recorded. And we can actually upload this in YouTube. Well, it is just for record purposes, maybe, or
Uh-huh.
formality. Um, this is it's actually a very big application that consumes the speed of my laptop. So yeah, so if the connection is a
So
bit
it,
slow, then definitely the connection or the speed of
so
my
it just
laptop also
not
slows
only
down.
record the audio but
But
also
if I
record the
I turn
screen.
that off, then definitely it's gonna be faster.
Oh, I see.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so both parties is so
Yeah.
not just the voice but the screen itself. So whatever we're doing, it's actually being recorded. Yeah. So there. Okay. Well, technically, I haven't read or read your messages in the Hangout. I can see here there's a reminder.
Not yet. Let me listen this first.
Okay, so let me see. Did you listen to the second recording, the 1.6? Not yet. It's actually, yeah, sure. And it's just a bit quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, since you listened to the recording, it's just a summary of what we have discussed here on on this part. Now, in your own words, based on what
Try
you've listened,
to
can you summarize, Sean,
after
what have you
you
listened or understand?
speak jargon to others, try to explain it afterwards. Use your daily use language to uh, let them understand. And the second one is try to use comparisons
Mm-hmm.
to uh, expand technical words. The last, uh, you need to
Mm-hmm.
explain things with humor. Yeah, uh, it will let what you wanna express
Mm-hmm.
more easier to understand.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Now, can you classify or in your
Different
own words,
types of listener.
what are the
Uh,
different types of listening? Yeah. So if you're a speaker,
uh,
so how
well,
are
I
you going
think
to
uh, the one
evaluate your listeners?
uh, is in the same field with you. Like if you teach English and then the one is also good at English or good at teaching.
Okay.
So that kind of listener would easy to understand whatever you talk about your professional field. And then another one is totally uh, don't understand or not familiar with your professional field. So if you talk about your skills, your some kinds of jargon and technical words, they wouldn't understand if you don't try to explain it further.
Mm, okay.
Richard has made notes
Good.
for a
Yeah, you're fine.
guided tour
Now,
of a
can you
site.
go ahead and
The
read number
project
15?
is a skyscraper in the early stages of construction. During the tour, he explains the technical terms to the non-specialist group. In pairs, discuss the following terms and try to interpret them using everyday language to rephrase them. Interpret.
Okay. Can you pronounce this one more time?
This one,
Interpret.
interpret.
Is there or are there any words
It's kind
that
of like
you
introduce.
don't? Okay. So, yes, or let me give it a simple word. It's the same thing. It's like you are explaining the meaning of something. You're like defining something.
Mhm.
Yeah, explanation or can be a clarification.
Interpret.
Have you heard of Have you heard of interpretative dance?
Interpretative dance.
Yes. This type of dance is like it's actually so. For example, can be a love song. So normally, dancers will dance or interpret the song through dance. And one example here are mostly ballet dancers.
I see.
So it's like they're going to interpret the dance or the song through dance.
Black Swan. I used to watch movie.
Have you watched Black Swan?
It's about the movie's name is Black Swan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Black Swan. Have you watched this? That's kind of a very good example of interpretative dance. It's actually a ballet dance.
Got her name.
It's the character here is Natalie Portman. Black Swan actually has it's kind of psychological movie, and well, if we're referring to interpret, that's actually one example because in this movie, Natalie Portman needs to dance with emotion. It's like she needs to interpret with feelings. I mean, she needs to dance with feelings.
No.
There. So that's actually one example of it. So aside from interpret, anything else, Shaun? Okay, we're good. So now we'll go ahead and discuss about this. This is actually very hard for me to understand. Reading this, yeah, reading this. What can you say about this?
Piles, precast driven concrete piles, pile driver, pile auger, bentonite. I think it's
yeah.
jargon.
So what do you? What can you say about this? foundations, just reading about this,
Yeah.
I don't have
I only
any
know the
idea.
price.
But, well, of course, maybe tile can be one of the materials being used. Maybe. Yeah, me too. So, so we'll definitely, both of us will definitely learn from this, which we will try to dissect or try to, you know, let us try to understand in our own way this these words.
This is the one.
If only
we know
Richard
all.
is, listening right now, maybe we can ask Richard to discuss this to us. Okay. It is, right? I don't know. This is not actually my forte. Maybe we can discuss literature, but about engineering. You should be discussing this, Shaun.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll definitely use our friendly neighborhood or friendly material. And who is
Google
it?
picture.
Or what is it? They know us our friendly material, Shaun? Yeah. Or, yeah, Google picture or... Okay. Now, can you try also to look this? So let's start first with file. Hold on, let me go back. So let's start with file foundations. So you can try to look on the photo. Then you try to explain or interpret, maybe describe it in your own words. What do you mean by pile foundation? So let's see. We will try to, it's kind of brainstorming. So we will not post any photo yet on the book. Then how are you going to describe it to me? Let's see if it's close or exactly the same on the photo that I'm looking at here.
Okay. So.
Okay, so you can start whenever you're ready.
So it's a kind of foundation of building, and it needs to build underground.
Okay.
Try to the purpose of it is to stronger your building.
Okay.
And
okay, what else?
The advantage of it is low initial cost. The advantage of it is low initial cost.
I'm sorry? The?
And it's easy to handle.
No initial. Okay.
I just which told me
Why
it's
did you say
automatic.
so? That it's easy to handle. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Okay, so based on what you've observed,
Uh-huh.
it's yeah, it's a foundation. It's one of the foundation or kind of foundation of building built underground. Well,
Yeah.
it's not just underground. It can be also on the seabed. So we've already discussed about seabed,
Uh-huh.
right? Okay, so there. Next, you said the purpose is to stronger the building. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Support.
So normally the purpose of foundation is it's actually also to support, right? Yeah, to support. And instead of the purpose is to stronger the
Oh yeah,
building,
that's the word I did.
you can you actually need to use to strengthen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you're trying to. I know if there's a better word for stronger.
Mm.
There. Okay, so the purpose is to strengthen the building or the foundation. Foundation of the building. Of course, the foundation is very important. Okay, good.
Okay.
And for here, of course, I don't have any doubt because I'm not sure if the cost here, I will not fight. If the advantage is no initial cost and easy to handle.
Correct.
But normally, looking into the photos or picture, they're actually using a crane. Yeah, it's yeah, a crane also.
Oh.
Just to um, it's kind of form of to drill this pipes
Mm.
or this pile. It's kind
Yeah.
of it looks like pipe, right? And then they
Mm.
just need to drill it underground. So maybe that's your point why it's easy to handle. Okay, so based on how you describe it, our foundation, so definitely if
Okay.
I'm your listener, I'll definitely understand it. Okay, so we're good at that. See, success. Okay, next, board in situ concrete files.
Situ is looks
Even
like
the words
situation.
here, I'm not
Situ.
also sure if this is pronounced as situ. Let me take a look if that's situ. Yeah, it's board in situ concrete. Okay, so
Yeah. Board in situ concrete.
you may begin. How
Situ.
does this type means? I think
It's really a
what do
word.
you mean by
Situ.
situ? Yeah, it is. Because if you're gonna look into our book on the photo or on the writing, it is.
So it means you bore the piles uh, into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So for us
Mm-hmm.
to understand the word situ, I'll definitely put a comment here, just to guide us also in explaining this. This is actually in a simple word,
In archa in
but this is based on
archaeology,
archaeology.
in situ refers to
So
an
here, can you read on the comment box?
artifact that has not been moved from its original place of deposition. In other words, it is stationary, meaning still. An artifact
Mhm.
being in situ is critical to the interpretation of that artifact and consequently of the culture which formed it.
Okay. So it refers to an artifact that has not been from its original
Mhm.
place. So technically, the piles are actually bored into the concrete that could not be,
Hmm.
moved. It says there it is stationary or meaning still.
Archaeology. Archaeology.
Also, Sean, can you pronounce this archaeology? Archaeology
Artifact.
here. So it's a continuation. Archaeology,
Deposition.
artifact,
Stationary.
um, deposition, stationary,
Interpretation.
interpretation. So
Mhm.
in some way, we're able to, picture or understand what situ means.
It's hard to imagine.
Not exactly. It's a bit.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, this is very simple, I think.
It's
But this is
its
the
original
original here.
position.
It's a place or position. That's it. What situ
Okay.
means. Yes. Uh-huh. Or position. See, that's
Okay.
kind of easier because the one that I've put it there, it's more likely on archaeology. Yeah. So, or natural or original position or place.
Okay.
So that's what situ means. Okay. So now, in your own words, so how are you going to explain this further to me?
Just put concrete piles into its original place.
So the piles are being bored,
Uh,
is it, into the concrete? How is
to
that? Can you explain
strengthen
further?
the piles so it can uh, it can it's hard to explain it.
It is. Okay. I'll go ahead and show you a photo then. This is one of the um, how do you call this? It's not material. It's one of the machines that they use to bore or to
Yeah.
drill.
See.
There.
So.
So they are using this to
Mhm.
drill at the pile.
What car?
So now, what part are we actually using? So if we're um, based on the explanation and how we're going to solve the problem, so not being understood. So both of us, we don't exactly
Oh
understand
yeah.
exactly board in situ concrete housing. So what did we use? So we use a picture, right? Yeah. So basically, this is the
Yeah.
best
At least
option for us to,
I can
in some
know
way,
what it looks
picture,
like.
understand. Um, well, I strongly suggest, Sean, whenever you explain, it's better if you use,
Okay.
based on this, I will be able to
Understand.
understand instead of using I can know. Yeah. I I often it, I often encounter that I can know. So it's better I can understand or I
Okay.
will understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's just better to, if you're talking or you wanted to say something.
Okay.
So based on the photo, I can understand or I will be able to understand. Right. Okay, so wow, this is actually very big machines. So they use this, of
The
course. If they're gonna
machine
need to
is
drill it underground, they
uh,
really need to use this
large.
type of
Uh,
machines. Can you describe the
I
machine,
think
Sean?
it's heavy and move slowly, but it can. Uh, it is able to uh, pour the piles into the ground, so I think it is powerful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, of course. It should be powerful because drilling it into the ground, it, you know, that's not a joke, right? Because if you're trying to build a
Yeah.
foundation, like I've said, the foundation should be strong. The foundation should be secured. Okay, so there. Good. So we're be able to, understand what is board in situ concrete house. So what we've done is that we dissect
Yeah.
or we discussed or we try to interpret, understand each words. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
we will go ahead and try to discuss this next time, Sean. So definitely,
Yeah, that's okay.
still I owe you, a few hour or few minutes or hour, an hour maybe. We'll just make it an hour for the
Um,
mix. Okay.
not yet.
And I think Michelle
The
already shared
word
to
that
you the
she
TV
shared
series
to me.
copy. Sure about that?
Uh,
your Gmail?
Well,
Hold on, let me take a
I
look here
don't
real quick.
think I got the email.
I'm actually excited about that. I want to know your opinion because for you it's kind of, I think it's easier for us to discuss this TV series because you've been already watching, so it's not difficult for me
Uh-huh.
to discuss. Yeah, I don't need to explain what the joke means, something like that. Because it's very funny and uh, it's actually
Mm.
funny, and if we'll be discussing about it, it's easier for us to deal or talk about it. Oh no, no, it's different. It's your file, but not the TV series itself.
Okay.
Okay, so well, anyways, I need to inform Michelle about it. Yeah. Okay, so there. Well, definitely, if in the event that
Okay.
um we're not be able to send it to you
Thank you
earlier, of
too.
course, maybe I'll just let you
Good
know.
night.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Sean. You have a great evening. Bye now.